Dear parents and teachers, I'm Dan Buck. I started Little News Ears, and I'm here to tell you that this upcoming episode of Just Vote Moms has some sensitive material in it. It's talking about politics. It's still for kids, but it's talking about politics. So you might want to listen along with your child or student, or just check in with them afterwards. Thanks.
Just Vote Moms.
Hey, Jarvis.
Yes?
Today I'm not feeling so well.
Oh my gosh, what happened to you, Jasper?
Well, I don't know. I've got chills. I've got, a runny nose, and I don't feel so well.
Oh my gosh, you might have COVID-19, you know.
Oh, yes. I guess after our show, I'll go to the doctor.
Okay, so maybe for that reason, we'll just kind of tell the headlines about Trump and Biden, because the election's coming up in less than 3 weeks.
Yes. Normally we talk about the interpretation of news, how we hear things, but I'm not quite in the mood to debate today. You know, when you feel sick, you just want to drink a cup of chamomile tea.
Yes.
Okay, so today is Tuesday, October 20th, and here's the news for today. So, I guess the first thing we should talk about is how last week there was a virtual town hall.
That's right. In fact, there were 2 virtual town halls. Maybe we should explain what that is.
Well, a town hall is kind of a chance for people to talk to the presidential candidates and ask them questions.
Yes, live on TV. Joe Biden's was on ABC and Donald Trump's was on NBC.
Yes, and the strange thing was they were happening at the same time. I wonder who had the better ratings.
We know that. Actually, Joe Biden had the better ratings by a little bit.
I'm not feeling well enough to debate you today, Jarvis. I think there were a couple of takeaways from the event. One of them is that Donald Trump, he didn't say anything bad about QAnon.
Oh yes, we've talked about QAnon before, at least on Little News Ears. They have a lot of, most people would say, strange theories.
Yes, and so some people want Donald Trump to speak against them, but he didn't. However, he did say at the very beginning of his town hall, he said he was against white supremacy, so that's really good.
Yes. Another point that came up was Joe Biden said he would tell everybody what he thought about packing the Supreme Court. We talked about that last week, the idea of adding more judges to the Supreme Court to try to balance it out if it becomes very conservative. And Joe Biden said that he would do that. He would announce it by the time the election comes up.
Yes, I believe you mean shortly before the election.
Yes. The other thing to say about the night was that Donald Trump didn't really reveal a plan for his team for the second term if he gets one.
Oh, he doesn't need a plan, but again, I'm not going to debate you. He's got a plan. You know, one thing I would like to say is that Savannah Guthrie, who was the host of the Trump town hall, she was not very polite. You know, she made a comment about Trump being someone's crazy uncle.
Well, that was about, how Trump, he tweets about conspiracy theories and things like that. So I think that was her point.
Again, I'm not going to debate you.
Please like me, Trump begged for many women. It's way too late.
Oh, I see you turned the Spectro on. Yes, so this article is about how a lot of suburban housewives, they're not voting for Donald Trump right now.
Yeah, so he recently, on that town hall, he said something like, please like me, ladies, or something like that. But a lot of women voters, they seem to be turning against him.
That makes me so sad. You know, he's such a good man. I really believe in everything that Donald Trump does.
The swamp that Trump built.
Oh, yes. This article in the New York Times, it scares me a lot. Basically, it's saying that, when Trump came into office, he was going to drain the swamp.
Yeah, so let's explain what drain the swamp means.
Yeah, so drain the swamp basically means like take all of the corruption out of Washington, D.C. You know, people exchanging things for money when it's kind of against the law, like to get favors. You know, like if I gave you $10, you know, for your business, you sell tuna fish sandwiches, for example, then maybe like you would vote for me or something like that, right? That would be corruption.
Yes, and so this article is all about how so many people have had access to Donald Trump. You know, for example, if you had a big group that you wanted to come to one of his hotels, right? And so you would come to the Trump Hotel in Washington, D.C. and maybe spend, I don't know, $100,000. Well, the article says that often Trump would remember that, and he might, you know, give help through the federal government somehow to that group.
Yes, you know, I don't believe a lot of that, but if that's true, it definitely doesn't sound like, you know, he's drained the swamp as much as he said he would. Okay, so unfortunately, I have to go. Jarvis, I have a small favor to ask you.
Yes, anything.
Would you mind watching my daughter?
You have a daughter?
Yes, she's 2 years old. Would you mind just watching her while I go to the hospital? Her name is Clementine. Clementine, can you come out here, please? Do you want to say hi to Mr. Jarvis?
Oh, she's just shaking her head. She's very cute. She has blonde hair, though. Sure. I can watch her. I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. You know, you're a real good friend of mine, Jarvis.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Little Newsears. Remember, there's lots more news on littlenewsears.com.
There are also lots of lesson plans for teachers, too.
Yes, and you can find us on YouTube and major podcasting platforms.
May your sweetness shine.
And your colors glow.
Sources for today's show include the New York Times,
Just vote moms.
Hey grown-ups, we are Kids Listen.
The grassroots organization of kids podcasters bringing your little ones and you high-quality audio content every day.
And we just got to ask you a question.
If you live in the United States, what's your voting plan for the upcoming election?
Did you know Election Day is Tuesday, November 3rd?
Did you know in many states you can vote early?
Did you know that you can vote by mail?
Did you know in many states you can still register to vote if you haven't already?
Head to vote.org now to check and see your status. Find out where you'll be voting if you plan to vote in person, and if you plan to mail in your ballot, find out the deadline.
Your voice matters. Your vote matters.
That's vote.org. Make your voting plan today.